Your coworkers are not your friends. Now, let me explain. Everyone that goes to work for one purpose: to make money. That is the motivation behind why people go to work, is they need to make money, right? The motivation for people to come to work can also be other things as well, not just money. But money is the number one priority. Other reasons why people go to work is maybe they also enjoy what they're doing. They're very passionate about what they're doing. They truly love that what they do. But the reality is that even though they love what they do, they're going to work because work is work. They're getting paid. They're getting an incentive behind what they're the service that they're providing, right? So everyone goes there for work and to make money. And you may develop, if you're working in a place for a long time, you may develop a friendship with your coworkers, right? You guys see each other maybe every single day when you go to work. You guys go out for coffee. Maybe you guys hang out with each other when work is done. You do all this stuff, right? But a majority of the time, I would say about 98% of the time, the people that you work with are not really your true friends. They really aren't. They may be there to, maybe you can talk about your personal problems to your coworkers, but I don't really do that. I don't recommend doing that because people can use your weaknesses against you. And people love to gossip at work. Gossip is the time killer at work. People love to talk about other people's problems. And like I said, in the beginning of the video, the main purpose of people going to work is to make money. That is the main incentive. That is the main purpose. That is the reason why they're there. But when you mix personal things or when you engage in gossip with coworkers and stuff like that, you are setting yourself up to be potentially in trouble for talking shit about another coworker or a customer or something like that. You're making yourself very unprofessional. You're creating all of these potential problems that could ruin your reputation, and all it takes is somebody to say something to management, and then you're having a meeting, or people will look down on you, your coworkers will look down on you. All of this stuff. And regardless of the situation, right? You are at work for only one purpose. But if you mix other things in, you're just complicating things. You're creating, you're sabotaging yourself by engaging in gossip, by by building or by trying to maintain relationships with these people. Because a lot of the times, say if you quit your job or the other person quits their job, but you're still working at that place, there's a very high chance that you may not ever talk to them again. Something that most of the time that's the case, because a lot of people switch jobs and then go to other cities and stuff like that. And everyone has their own problems too. Everyone has bills to pay. Everyone has their own personal issues. So the people that you work with, they also got their own set of problems, just like you do. And when you are engaging in conversation about those problems and stuff like that, you're not solving the problem. You're only making the situation worse, because you guys are just creating tension at the workplace. You are may make other people feel uncomfortable, other coworkers feel uncomfortable because you're talking about your problems to each other. Other coworkers may get jealous. They may notice that, why do you have such a good relationship with this other coworker and not me? Right? And all of these dynamics come into play. And from my experience, I have noticed, I have been part of, I have seen so many relationships break, at work. A lot of fights. I've seen fights between coworkers over something that another coworker said about them, gossip, and they were real friends for a really long time, but there's some fight happened. You know, a lot of the times the coworkers, they just go their separate ways. Right? You're better off making friends with people outside of your workplace. It's a much safer alternative, right? Because money and business is not being in the mix, right? So you have a very less tense and more open way of talking, so you don't really you don't be able to ruin your reputation. Your job is not at stake because you're making friends from outside of your workplace. And don't get me wrong, you can still make wonderful friends at a job that you may have for life. But that is very, very, very rare. That's very rare to be friends with a coworker for so long and they'll always have your back for years down the road. It's very rare. Especially in today's generation where everyone is just like on the go. Everyone has their own set of problems. Everyone is doing this, everyone is doing that. Everyone is in it for themselves. At the end of the day, everyone is selfish. Everyone is in it for themselves. And like I said before, all it takes is, one slip of the wrong thing, one slip of the tongue. Someone overheard you say something about them, and then your reputation is ruined at work, and your job could be at stake. Your reputation could be at stake. And by coming to work and just focusing on just work and not trying to be liked by everybody, not trying to seek validation from all your coworkers and everything like that, that is the best way to approach it. That is the best way to be productive and to not to complicate things, not to create stress in your life, not to create all of these problems. And it's like a safety measure. You go to work, you do your job, you have, you get along with everyone, you have basic conversations with people, but you don't need to go too in depth with your personal life because, as I said before, someone may use that against you, right? And if you do this, if you stay just laser focused, I promise you will have a great, your life will be more peaceful. But I honestly believe that coworkers are really, truly not your friends. They are just people that you work with, that you get along with for the sake of the job, for the sake of the company, and that is it. Then you go home. It's simple as that.